Hello, my name is Gideon Lehmann. I'm leading the implementations team located in the Berlin office. I'm doing that for Source Fabric, of course. And yeah, we are the maintainers and creators of the open source software called NewScoop. And this year we worked a lot on providing one major improvement to NewScoop, and that is an enhancement where most editors spend 80-90% of their time, the article edit screen. So, what was the goal? You're looking at it right now, and you can see it looks quite different as what you're used to if you're working with NewScoop. I'm actually currently doing this presentation from a developer instance, a local one. You can see that from the URL. I'm doing that because our nerds have just been breaking the current public instance that we have ready for that. But nevertheless, I really wanted to show you and give you a little sneak preview on what we achieved this year and what we will soon deliver as a plugin for NewScoop 4.4, most likely in February. So here you can see just a regular article, nothing special about it. There's headlines, there's links, and you see the placeholder for main image. So that's nothing spectacular. But our main goal when working on this was to achieve the goal that the editor wouldn't be distracted from anything irrelevant that kind of distracts him from doing his actual work and writing a story. So now you have this wonderful Zen mode where you can just write here and you're not distracted by any other additional elements. And if you're happy with what you've done, then you can, of course, save it right from that interface and then just go back to the normal interface, where you can also change from the desktop view to a tablet view and a mobile view. All this is configurable in the plugin configuration screen that I currently can show you here from this local instance. Sure, this new editor comes with all the regular stuff that you know from pretty much any editor. Nothing much to show here. That's all fine and should be fine. And as soon as I want to save it, I can save it here. That's wonderful. What you can see here with these wonderful little icons is a lot of functionality hidden in, we call it panels. And yeah, you open those by just clicking on them, and a lot of additional functionality pops up. But you're actually not distracted from all this additional functionality while writing the actual content. So you can do that, you're happy with it, and then you want to enhance what you did by adding images to it. So now I can show you the new image handling. You have here a pop-up coming up where you have access to either the media archive or you can upload images directly from your computer. Let me show you how that works. You see below the basket to collect all the images. So if I'm clicking here on the selection that I have here, that will immediately appear in the basket. And yeah, so I can collect many images throughout one session by searching for different things or uploading even pictures from my computer. If I'm happy with my selection, I click on Attach Images, and they will, of course, show up in that image panel here. So far so good. If I now want to make use of those, then I simply need to drag and drop them into the article edit screen, and that's quite nice. So you can see here how nice that behaves. There is a placeholder showing up as soon as I move the picture in a certain position. I put it there, and then it renders in a medium size format. I can now immediately change that to small or even big, which would be full width in that case, and also I can change the alignment by simply clicking here. Yeah, okay, let's decide we make it in a full size mode, and we have that here, and as you can see, it's coming with the image description and also the copyright information, who was the photographer. Actually, in this case, it's undefined. Yeah, and you can do that pretty much everywhere in the text. You can edit wherever there's a paragraph or a headline that ends up here. I can put in an image and manage that in this kind of way. So in this case, I want it left align. Yeah. That's quite a nice addition, and as you can see from the green arrows here, all the images I dragged and dropped into the actual body of my article, they get a green check mark. So I know these are all the attached images I have to this article, but I only used these that have a green check mark, and they're part of that article. So only those will show up here. Yeah, that's something nice, I think, that we provided with it. And you can still set different renditions to represent the article throughout your whole publication. And what we did here is we hook up the actual functionality from Newscoop that you know already by just loading it through an iframe. So this is just the functionality that you know to work on renditions. So I'm closing that one again and go back to another pretty cool feature now that you also don't know from Newscoop itself. So you can now add snippets. So what is a snippet? A snippet allows you to embed pretty much external code, and you can save that in the Newscoop database by now. So we make another test snippet, and then you can choose a template. Like for this very first version, we worked on 4 different templates. So there's a generic one where you can pretty much apply any code that you want, any snippet code. But we also have specific templates, and I want to show it to you with Embedly, because we hook up the Embedly API, and thus it allows us to provide a URL here, which I do now. Of course, I'm choosing the website of this great company I'm working for. And yeah, I can also define a max width, let's say 600 pixels. I can also refer to specific endpoints from the Embedly API. I won't get into that details now, but I just add this snippet now. So now all the information is sent to Embedly, and we have the snippet added here. We should, yes, here it's showing up. So now I have that snippet, and I can grab it as I can grab the images, and now place it somewhere in my article wherever I want. So in this case, I place it below here. Oops, that is somehow not rendered nicely now, which is a pity, since actually it tells me it's now showing up in the article edit screen already. So I take this one now, that seems to work better, and I can now actually expand what I added here. Let me try again with my actual test one. It is not willing to follow me here now. Let's see, now it works out. That seems to be because I'm doing the screencast, because of course it works nicely. And here you can now see, if I expand it, how nicely it renders. So you have that really WYSIWYG feeling. Embedly gives back the nicely rendered teaser to that URL of Source Fabric. And so you can add great value to your articles by adding these snippets, which is quite nice. Another new thing we added with the new article edit screen is the ability to have nested comments. But since it's quite a lengthy feature, I won't show it to you now. We don't have any comments attached to that article, but now you can actually answer to a comment, and so you will have them nested, which is quite nice. The whole commenting functionality is pretty much same as in current Newsgroup, and it just got a nicer UI here, and it's much easier and nicer to handle apart from the actual article. So the editor isn't distracted, which was our main goal. Now let's have a look on the right side where we have all the metadata referring to the article. So here we just have the article info. Of course, you have to manage authors for this article, so there's one added now. Let us add one more. There's a nice search in there. I pick myself as an author. Now it's a live search, it's showing up. I can choose an author role, so I'm the one who is doing the graphics, let's say, and I can now add it to the list of authors, and it should appear here, which it doesn't, which is not nice for a screencast that I'm holding. So this feature currently seems broken, and the nerds, by merging all their latest stuff, seem to have broken that one too. But as you can see, what's new here, what's actually really cool is there are pictures for the authors now showing up. So you actually know how they're represented in the front end also. And you can easily, by dragging and dropping, sort the authors in a different order. And that also works pretty nicely. Okay, you have to believe that now because you don't see it in action. Sorry for that. So there's another option that we already added. That's related articles. That's actually our latest edition. So what we implemented here is a search. And that goes directly into the main search of the Newsgroup database of that instance. So it's kind of live search, and I'm trying to find something here. So I write test, and I can see, okay, all the articles now having test in their titles or in the text are showing up here. And with that little nice icon here, I can now pin it as a related article to that one and can list it together with it. So let's actually see. I'm gonna choose this one now, and you can see it's showing up here. So there's now another related article showing up. What's also nice is you can preview those articles right here in this panel. That's really nice, so you know what actually you are adding to this one. You don't have to know it, you can check it yourself. And if you actually figure out that's not the one I wanted to add, then you can of course delete it, and it will ask you confirmation. I delete it, and then there's only this one left, and I'm going to preview that now, and that's actually the one I wanted. Wonderful. So I can leave it like that. That's what I wanted to do. That's related articles feature also. It comes nice and handy, I think. So now there's another thing that you know from Newsgroup. It's the switches with which you can basically change the appearance of your article by adding a switch to it. In this instance, for example, there's a big slideshow, and if I switch that on, this specific template is being triggered. And yeah, and the behavior is pretty much the same as before, but in the new article edit screen, we assigned all switches to that specific panel, also with the same goal that we had for the whole project. Don't distract the editor doing his work. So he can simply click on it, and then it appears, and he can work on that when he's finishing up the article. And save that, and then it's fine, but it doesn't distract him from doing his proper editing work. Then there's one last thing I can actually show you. Also just recently added to the code, so I hope it all works as I assume. So I can actually work with topics here. I can either add a new one. Let's do that here. Beautiful topic. And now I can, because it's organized in trees, I can now select a parent topic. So let me say I would like to add that to a certain topic that I might know. Let me think of something. Actually, I don't know this instance pretty well, but there's sports, of course. So let's say I would like to add that to sports. It gives me all that. That's my parent topic. And now I can add that to the list of existing topics, and now you can see it's showing up here. Let's do that with another one. Let's say soccer. We would be in the United States calling it soccer, that beautiful game. So let's see again, sports, and I choose football, and I have them added together, and I have here by adding it now two topics assigned to that article, and with it there can be listed throughout the Newsgroup templates all below this one or two topics now. Apart from adding new topics to the whole tree, you can also select existing topics, and that works pretty much same as you saw it already. So we take the sports again because that worked so nice. So those are existing ones. There's sky jumping. I choose that one, and I can actually go for another one at the same session, so Formula 1, and I also want to add them to the list of topics assigned to that article, and they, same as the ones before, they should show up now below, which they don't. Again, you have to believe me, that's the nerds that didn't merge the code properly. But yeah, that's basically how it works, and then you can also simply click that that panel away, and you can then work again in this beautiful environment that lets you focus on only on your content. Yes, that's the little sneak preview. A few promises still in there. Expect it to be properly released with the version 4.4 of Newsgroup somewhere mid-February. We're working hard on that, and there will be more news coming on that topic soon. Yeah, then I would say with that, thanks for your attention. Thanks for sticking with me on that, and talk to you soon. And have a happy Christmas. Bye bye.